which I don't disagree with what Israel's doing. It's like they should just go in there and be like, you know what? We want our hostages back. If we don't have them back, clock starts now, and 24 hours, we're going to start bombing motherfuckers and killing civilians, 30, 40,000 a time. So you civilians better pack up and get these motherfuckers and you go against Hamas. You go against them. We're not playing games with you. But that's the only thing people understand. This is what happened in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Boom! Just wiped out. They're like, oh, yes, we don't have Supreme Leader anymore. We did not know you had such big bomb.
You know, in order to say some of the things that he just said, you have to first completely dehumanize the Palestinians. You have to look at them as if they are not even human beings. Because if you see them as human beings, then you'd have to have some level of empathy for them. You would have to see them and what they're going through and imagine, you know, they're human beings like me. I could have been one of them. If I was one of them, how would I view the situation? What would I think of what's being done to my people? What would I think about what's being done to my family and to me? What he is essentially saying is me and my people and what we want matters more than anything else in the world, and we are willing to do anything. No holds barred. There's absolutely no limitations, no level of morality that is going to keep my actions in line. We will do anything. We will wipe people out, massacre tens of thousands of innocent civilians, children. We don't care. But here's the thing. He's willing to do that over some hostages. So what would he be willing to do for something greater than that? What would he be willing to do if tens of thousands of his own people, his own innocent civilians and family members and children were being killed? What would he be willing to do then? What would he justify doing then? And this is why he has to dehumanize the Palestinians. He has to look at them as if they are less than, because they have no rights. There's nothing that they can do. They just have to deal with it. They just have to deal with it. Not only that, but how dare they even think they could ever do anything about anything? How dare they even think that they can follow the same logic? No, they can't, because they are less than human. So one really has to wonder, what is it? Why do Palestinian lives not matter? Is it because they're Arab? Is it because they come from a poorer country with less military power than you? Is it their skin color? Is it the language they speak? Is it because they're Muslim? What exactly is it? Because obviously, the logic that you apply to yourself doesn't apply to them. So what makes you so much better than them? Why is it okay for you to wipe out innocent women and children and civilians, and this is something that you encourage, but it would never in a million, it would be the worst thing if they even, left a bruise on somebody that you care about? What is it? You know what Muslims believe? Allah says in the Quran, "O mankind, indeed we have created you from a male and a female and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is knowing and aware." So the thing that makes someone better than somebody else is not your skin color. It's not what country you were born in. It's not being in a country that has the most military might and power. It has to do with your righteousness. Who are you as a person? What type of morality and behavior and character do you have? And part of being a righteous person is not making innocent people suffer for something that they didn't do. Like Allah tells us in the Quran, no bearer of burdens will bear the burden of another. Then to your Lord is your return, and He will inform you concerning that over which you used to differ. And that's another very important point, is that when people actually understand they're going to return to Allah, they're going to return to their Lord, and they're going to have to answer for all those innocent people that they killed. For their encouragement of such innocent people to be killed, they're going to have to answer for that. This arrogance he has about being so mighty because he lives in a country that has such military might. Did you forget that your Lord is mightier than you? Did you forget that? You think you're the mightiest? Do you think your country is the mightiest? That we're not all human beings that are eventually going to die and then be resurrected and stand before our Lord and have to answer for what we did in this life? May Allah guide such people, and may Allah save our Palestinian brothers and sisters. Ameen.